If all would be please seated. That's what I'm talking about. Fantastic. Well, welcome. Welcome to Medical Prep Institute's graduation. All of you look wonderful. And I have to make a comment on one of the caps I saw where it said, "Bust in mind to save yours." Because you know what? They really, really have. All these students, what they've been through, and this field is not easy. So they really did bust theirs to save all of ours at some point. So welcome, and thank you very much for everything you did. And I look forward to seeing how the events will unfold today. So, again, everyone, parents, friends, families, loved ones, and, well, all the little ones as well. We've come a long, long road to get here. Right? I think you'll agree with me. There's an ancient African proverb that everyone knows, and it says, "It takes a whole village to raise a child." I think we'd all agree with that. It's not much different when you're a student, because it does take all efforts of everyone to give the encouragement and the energy necessary so that they can actually get to where they're at. I mean, long nights, red eyes when you wake up in the mornings, studying. Really, sometimes you just want to go to bed, and you just want to sleep for days, not hours. It just doesn't feel like enough. But you're here. And some of you might continue forward. And that's awesome if you do. Or you might go work into work and save some lives. Whatever your path takes you, we wish you the best of luck. And we will do what we can. We will be there answering those phone calls, emails, whatever necessary to help you move forward. Some of y'all already know me. You know I'll do that. And I'll point you in the direction with all the guidelines from the federal government or whatever is necessary. You know it. You know how I work. So, again, we're very, very honored to have all of you here to take your time to be here with us today. So, let's all stand, if we could, so we can give the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. If you don't mind, please be seated again. Making sure everybody's seated. Thank you. So, for today, we have some great speakers, and one of the speakers is someone who's been with us for a bit. She actually started off as a teacher and somehow decided to stick around with us even longer, and we haven't scared her away yet. I mean, at least I know I haven't. Not yet, not yet. And that is, everyone knows, Dr. Jean Collins. So, she is quite a character, as we all know, as we all are, because, you know, for all of us to be here doing what we do, we have to have fun. And even in your field, you're going to have fun as well, because it's going to be stressful. But we have an honor and a commitment to you and to the society. So, Miss Dr. Jean Collins, if you would, please.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's finally glad to meet somebody in person instead of through the nice little Zoom lens I get. So this is my first speech I have ever had to give. And it's totally different than when I'm on Zoom having to talk to y'all. So of course I've got notes. And I'm going to try to just use them as I can. But I want to wish everybody a good morning. Thank you all for being here and being the backbone and the support of these students and what they have needed. It's very difficult to study day in and day out and not getting much of a break and then having to go forward, go right into the workforce and study for your boards at the same time. And if without your support that you give these students, it wouldn't be possible. I mean, as I went through school, I had to have the support of family in order to help me get through it, because I had to work full-time too, because I needed to support my family, as all of these do. And if there wasn't the support from family, again, thank you so much for helping these students do that. You guys yourself deserve an applause for everything you've done to help us do that. So I am Dr. Jean Collins. I started out here teaching online. My RN 37 was my first group. I love my RN 37. But I was asked to be keynote speaker this year, and I'm like, okay. So every time somebody says something, I get tachypnea, tachycardia, and I get diaphoresis. You know, I just like going crazy. Now, my students, they know what that all means. And for you that don't, it means my heart's racing, I'm sweating so bad, and I'm just breathing as fast as I can. Yeah. The 911, no, that's the issue. But what I thought was, you know, I can be an inspiration for these students. I've made it to the top and the bottom. So that's what I decided I'm going to let you know about. I want these students to go forth and make a change in a human life. Whether it's just one human life or it's hundreds of human lives, I want to at least be able to change one human life. My career began when I was 5 years old as a nurse. That's what I feel. My father worked for the State University of New York at Canton. He was in the agricultural program. And what he did is he helped do farming in Canton, New York. And one day he dragged me along to work, and they had an autopsy that the vet performed on a calf. And so I watched it, and the vet was telling me all about the different organs, what was going on, how they work, and I was completely enthralled. I was right on it. Now, when I got home and Dad told Mom about it, he caught a lot of heck from Mom. So, true north is our internal compass. And that internal compass is what guides us successfully through our life. It represents who you are as a human being, and what I believe is your faith in your deepest level, is your fixed point of a world of unknown. And this focal point keeps you on track to where you're going. Your true north can be what is most important to you, what you cherish and love the most, what motivates you and gives you the most satisfaction in your life. Like a compass pulling towards the north, I could always feel it pulling me towards my goals and my purpose. And that was to help others. In high school, I began volunteering as a candy striker at our local hospital in a long-term care facility. And every Sunday, I would assist those needed patients in doing their simplest needs. I would feed them. I would, read to them wherever they needed, or just somebody they needed to talk to. In my senior year of high school, I took a CNA course, and I began working as a CNA. I enjoyed every bit of the interaction that I had with these people. They were wonderful. I loved the war stories from the war veterans. I loved, talking and listening to them about the children and what they did when they grew up and what they were doing. So I still found my compass pulling me north. It just kept pulling. You need to do something more. So soon after graduation from high school, I found my life heading in another direction. I fell in love and got married. So it kind of put a hindrance to my compass pulling me north more, and I married and I had 2 beautiful children. But I still, even though I was fulfilled in that way, I wasn't fulfilled totally myself. So my compass kept pulling me north. So one day I said to my husband, I want to go back to nursing school. I want to be a nurse. So the day I started nursing school, I was sitting in the nurses' lounge. It was called the commuters' lounge at that time. And in walks my husband. He says, if you can do this, I'm doing this too. So my husband and I went to nursing school together. And believe me, it was a struggle. Because he's like, he could learn something just like that, and me, I'd have to study for hours. It worked out though. 32 years later, I'm still with him, so I guess it worked out. But I finished. We both finished, and we graduated from SUNY Canada with our associate's degree in nursing. Our first year, though, we did take our LPN boards, and we became an LPN. So I went from Candy Striper. I now have my CNA. Now I'm an LPN. Now I have an RN. I'm very happy with that. I thought it's all I needed. So I stayed at that level for a long time, working bedside, taking care of, delivering babies into this world. I love delivering babies into this world because you get to see that happiness on everybody's face. It had times of sadness, but other than that, it was fantastic. So I kept feeling my compass was still pulling me. Even though I thought I was fulfilled, my compass kept pulling me north. It just wanted me to do more. So in 2013, I went back and got my bachelor's degree. And then, without a break, in 2014, I completed my master's degree. I just kept going. Because I knew I wanted what was best for my patients. I knew that I wanted what evidence-based practice was out there that I could provide to my patients, I can get with more education. And that's the key to everything. Getting more education so you know that you want to be there for your patients. In 2016, silly me, decided I wanted my doctorate. So I entered Chamberlain University. And I was working full time and I went to school full time. And trying to get a doctorate and doing everything full time was very difficult. But I had that love and that support of my husband and my children and my family right there behind me. If I needed dinner made, my husband orders. They soon, the delivery people soon know us by heart. But in March of this year, March 2nd, I ended my journey. And when I put that last paper in, and I finished my dissertation, it's like heaven. It's like I finished this journey, but I still, though, want to continue with learning. Even though I finished my journey and I've gone as far as I can go, I still have that yearning that I want to learn more. So I'm fulfilling that with you guys, with out there teaching everybody. So my true north, even though I completed that journey, it's still pulling me. It's still pulling me so that I want to help you. And I want to help those upcoming nurses. I want them to be the best nurses that they can be. So, as you all know, I started with RN 37 for my babies. And so, even though life has many rough spots, and there's many things that you're going to face, things that you're going to do, there's going to be bumps. There's no bumps in life. You just got to go over the bump and face the hill. If you face the hill and you get top of the hill, it's all downhill after that. It's easy going. So continue on to your journey and continue on to what you feel that your true north is pulling you towards. Okay? Teacher up here talking now. Continue on. Okay? Journey is fantastic. It's wonderful. Being there to help others, bring new life in the world, start this guy's beating heart, stop the bleeding here, stop that person's pain. It's the best feeling in the world. Okay? Okay. Thank you.
Jesus.